Hello, Fiona Whitten from Oakville Crafts here, and welcome to another virtual card and a cuppa. Hope you're all having a great day. I'm just checking my computer to make sure that this is live, and it looks like it is, which is good. Right, okay, so this morning Carol and Tricia hosted the 2nd of June's Card and a Cuppa over at the Grange Chocolate Cafe, and the kits that we provided for today look like this. So I'm going to share with you the cards, the 3 samples that went this morning, and then I'm going to make a 4th one. So we used the Rhino Ready Dies for this. For those of you not familiar with Stampin' Up, we're not allowed to provide stamped images when it comes to kits. So everything we do for Card and a Cuppa tends to be based around paper and die cutting or embossing, things like that. Obviously, people already have the stamp set or want to purchase the stamp set, then that's great. But the actual kits that go out do not have any stamped images. That's not to say that we don't take the stamps with us when we go to the in-person event, because that is allowed. So obviously it's more fun to do some stamping as well. So we try and keep stamping to a minimum when it comes to the kits. Anyway, so this was the kit that was for today. Usual envelope. We have a Cajun Craze card base, a panel of basic white, which is actually the insert for the card, and then there is also a panel of basic black, and then this rather lovely panel. This is called Distressed Gold, and you'll find this paper in the annual catalogue, and you can see it's lovely and shiny, and has a really good distressed look. It's only one-sided, and you'll find that on the specialty paper page in the annual catalogue. So there was a panel of that, and then there was all sorts of little bits. So there's a basic black Cajun Craze and basic white for sentiment, if you want to add a sentiment. And then these are the die cuts. Now the die cuts, so the stamp set, as I said, is called Rhino Ready, and so is the dies. So these are designed to coordinate with, and you can see I have quite a few bits there that I cut ages ago, and I keep all of these bits because you never know when they're going to come in handy. So these are the dies, and this is the stamp set. So there are some dies that are designed to cut out the actual images. So for example, because this is at 100%, you can see that so the 3 rhinos can be cut out, the birdie and the popper, whatever you want to call it, for the party. I guess it's not party popper, because those are the ones that explode. Party, I can't remember what they're called now. The ones that you blow in, blower, I guess. And then there are other bits, such as some leaves, there's a hat, and then there is also other little things, such as, so the leaves, the hat, there's another tiny one, I can't see it now. Oh, that cuts out the bird. But then these pieces here cut out, well, you can use these as clouds, but these are actually the tree tops. These are the trees, and then these you can use as mountains, or you can use them as bushes to sort of put your to add a focal point to your trees and things. So there's all sorts of things that you can do with them. So that's the stamp set and dies. These are online exclusives, so okay, I'm not sure what's going on. It's one part of me says I'm still live, and then one part of me says I'm not, which is really, really weird. Don't know what's going on here. I think my laptop is playing silly so-and-sos. Right, Okay. I think I'm still live. I don't think it actually stopped, but for some reason the signal didn't go to my laptop. So these are online. You'll find as an online exclusive. You will not find this in the catalogue. Just so that you know, that's where to go look for it. I will put all the details up on the on the YouTube description, and also I'll put them in when I post the pictures on Facebook, so you'll be able to see those. So we had in the kit 2 trees. So these are the trees. These are the tree tops. Like so, oh no, not that one. Crumbs, what am I thinking of? These are the tree tops. As you can see, you can already see that they're forming sort of a landscape. And then we've got little leaves that you can use for bushes. And then these are 2 of the pieces that you can use then to sort of anchor. That was the word I was looking for. Your tree, or you can use, as I said, you can use it sort of like mountains in the distance. There were 2 of those in the kit. Actually, I have to admit that there should have been a large one and a small one, but I made my samples in the end with the 2 smaller ones, but I have die cut extra bits. So I've die cut the larger of the bushes or mountains, whatever you want to call them. I've also die cut one of the rhinos. Now it looks a bit strange because this little bit here, if you can see it, this bit here is actually the bird. So I'm going to cut him off, and I may use him in a minute. And then I've cut some leaves as well. So you can see that the leaves and the trees are actually detailed. So there's actual cuts in them. And I like that. So I think having that extra detail really makes a difference. Okay, so that's those. That's the rhino. I'm going to push those to one side. I did cut these out this morning, some of the leaves. I just wanted to point out that if you've got a piece of scrap, which is what I've used here, there's no reason why you can't use these and a blending brush or a dauber or sponge or whatever to create a background and colour through. Just a thought. So there's all sorts of things that you can do with this. Right, so that's the kit. We've talked about the stamp set and the dies, which are, as I said, in the online exclusives. And the distressed gold paper is in the annual catalogue. I'm trying to pick these up and put them to one side. Right, okay. So the cards that went, I now have to remember which is the first one. I kind of want to say, well, it's probably that one. That was the first one, because that was a let's throw everything at it. So everything that is in the kit has been used here. So as you can see, you've got the 2 trees that are being anchored by the bushes. Simply stamp the Hello Friend from the stamp set in tuxedo black onto the little bit of white. Try to make sure that it was as far as possible over to the left so that you could banner the right hand side, and then just glued those 3 together. The layers, so you've got the gold on the black and then glued direct to the card front, and then the trees themselves are actually, the trunks and branches are glued direct to the gold, and then everything else has been popped up on dimensionals. So that's what, and then we've used the little plant thing on the inside. So that was the first one. I'll leave that up there for a minute. You don't need the envelopes. The second one was this one. So this time we've only got 1 tree, and again the Hello Friend is stamped and then glued to the Cajun Craze and then onto the black, and that's got dimensionals underneath it. had some scrap bits, so I used 3 bits there. What I did here is I put this leaf on, and then this piece has gone over the edge, and then I've just squared it off. And then you've got the 2 here. I don't know if you can see, so there's actually 2 on top, one on top of each other. And then again, what's left of the tree, of the other tree, again, I put that on, and then put the tree top going off to the right, and again cut it off before gluing that onto the inside. So that's that one. And then the last one, it's just very simple. Again, this time stamped in basic black direct onto the Cajun Craze Happy Birthday. That was from a different stamp set, which I have it somewhere, but I can't. But anyway, so there's that. Then these are the 2 smaller pieces for the mountains or the bushes, smaller tree. So these are very simple, I think, because of you've got the black and the gold. They're fun but elegant, if you know what I mean. If you can have fun elegance. So that's that one, and then again we've got a leaf on the inside. So those are the 3 cards that went to Card A Cuppa this morning. All slightly different. So what am I going to do now? Okay, so we've got 2 landscape, 1 portrait so far. I think I'm going to do, I don't know, I was thinking about doing a portrait, but now I'm thinking about doing a landscape. But I'm going to use all those bits. And then the $64 million question is, if I do it that way, I want to introduce my elephant, my rhino. And I would suggest, before you start sticking everything on and going nuts with it all, just try things out, see what you like. So that's my tree. Like so. And then I've got this. Now I don't mind having things going off the edge of a panel, so long as they stay within the confines of the size of the card front. You can get away with going slightly over, but not too mad. And then I think maybe I'll put some leaves up here, maybe. I'm not quite sure where to put the sentiment at the moment, which is why I didn't just go gung-ho and glue everything, because that could be a bit of a disaster if you do that. Now, do I really want that to be a large tree, or do I want to give more of a perception of it being in the distance? In which case I would want the smaller tree. There we go. Let's see now, is that any better? Small tree top rather than the large one. And you can have so much fun with this. You can make all sorts of scenes. Now, do I want the bird? Question is, does that look like a bird, or does it just look like a lump on the rhino? Can someone let me know what you think? Maybe I'll move him up a bit. I'm not sure. Do you reckon it looks like a lump, or whether it looks like a bird? It kind of looks like a bird, but then the problem is I know that it's a bird, so that's not necessarily a good thing. Right, I'm still playing, I know. Whoops. Got some leaves, so I'm going to put the leaves on here. I just want something to anchor this corner. can just do this as mountains. But I'm not sure that it'll look like. Rather like a lump. Yeah, okay, thanks Tricia, that's fine. That's why I asked. Yeah, it looks like he's got 2 lumps. Let's see. Dare I be brave and cut it off? I'm just trying to look at. If you look at the actual stamp, so that's supposed to be his ears, and then that's the bird. So I definitely need to cut the bird off. Gonna be really brave here. This could be good, this could be really bad. So I'm just going to get my scissors and try and vaguely follow. Oh, that's not too bad actually. I think that looks better without the bird on. So he can get thrown away. I'm going to put him in the bin now so I don't get too carried away with it. There's that. And then, because the other alternative is to start cutting this down and making it a landscape. As I said, you could spend hours, and I don't have hours, so apologies. I'll try not to spend too much time faffing, but that's half the fun of card making, is trying to make up your mind when it comes to these sort of things as to what you really want to do. Now I'm kind of happy with that. So there's no room for a sentiment, although we could put it in the middle, but I think that might look a bit odd. Put that there. Yeah, right, okay. I'm going to go for it. So I'm not going to glue the gold to the black just yet. But what I am going to do is I'm going to start by, I'm going to put the rhino on. And I'm going to use some dimensionals for him. I don't need hundreds. So I wanted him sort of coming into the gold, so that's that. Now these need to be glued on. I don't have a fine tip glue pen here, so I'm going to use my white liquid glue, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a bit on the back of my hand. That way I can just sort of tap the leaves into there and not pick up too much of it, because you don't really want it squidging out all over the place. So that's the first one. It's going to go there like that. Luckily this dries clear. Second one. It's going to go like that, so it's kind of come off the bottom slightly. That's okay. And then, do I want a small? I think I want a big leaf. And again, I'm going to use some dimensionals on that. This time, I'm going to use a mini by even, so I might still need to cut it. It's getting them all placed in the where you can't see them. A number of times I've had to get my scissors out and sort of poke them in. Like that bit there that's sticking out that I can see, that's going to annoy me. So if you just get your scissors and sort of, or you take your pick tool with the pointy end, just sort of poke it back under. No one's going to know. Right, a bit more glue because I'm going to put the tree on. Now, where was the tree? That was going off slightly. That was kind of going here, I think. Don't have enough on the back of my hand. And this will wash off the glue. So don't worry about it. You just want enough. It's a lot easier to do this than to try and get the glue onto such a thin branch. Right, that can go there like that. This was going to go like that. So again, that's going to have some dimensionals behind it. Use some mini ones again. I'm not too worried about getting them right on the end, because it's not like anything's going to get added on top of it. And of course you can make it the tree taller or shorter by hiding more or less under the actual, actually you know what, oh, I do want it to go off slightly there, I think. And then I want the smaller. That's it. And you could put the larger one on, but it kind of sort of makes it a bit too weird, I think. And there's nothing to say that you can't sort of cut multiples of this and layer them up as well. So I've seen all sorts of things using these dies. So that's going to go on here like that. It's a bit skew-iff. Straighter without hitting my head on the phone. Like that. Right. So got that. Now we could put a sentiment on. I might stamp it and then see what I think. I'm just going to do the hello friend. And I'm going to do that in tuxedo black. Let's see how it goes. I could banner one end of it, so I think I want to banner the left hand side, so that means making sure that the sentiment goes to the right, as I said, without banging my head on the set. It's kind of straight. There's a problem with the cling mount because you can't see through them. I can actually probably make this a bit shorter. There we go. So for those of you who don't know how to banner, just simply you're going to cut up the middle on the short edge, or on the, well, yeah, it would be on the short edge, and then just then go from the end up to that point in the middle, like that. And you can leave it flat, or you can that's going to go on there, that's going to go on there. You know what, I think that will work. So let's do that. I'm going to put some glue on this first. I don't think we need to go too mad with all the dimensionals. A little bit around the edge and squiggle in the middle. Put that on there. Like so. You know, I'm going to go completely mad today and put even more dimensionals on. So I'm going to put this panel onto the card front using some dimensionals as well. It does mean that in the UK it will end up being sent if you're sending it as a large letter, but hey, this is the distressed gold speciality paper, so it's for a special person or a special occasion. Although having said that, I mean, it does make quite a difference to a card. Right, that's that. And then my hello friend is going to go here. Yeah, I think it's going to go there. But I'm only going to glue it. And I'm not going directly to the end because I'm going to have it hanging off that edge, and I want to keep my little bit banner so that it's sort of curled up a bit. So I'm just going to do it like that so that it's in line with that edge of the card, like so. Leave that to dry for a minute without messing around too much. So that's that, and then I've got a few bits left that I can use to decorate the inside of the card. So we could put a tree on. So I'll show you how I did the tree on the other card. So again, a bit of glue on the back of my hand, just tap it in, pick up that glue, like so, put him a little bit up, a little bit in. I'm not worried about that blob that I've just put on there because that's going to get hidden in a minute. That's that. Put my bit of, this bit can just get glued on, like that. Now I don't want to use any dimensionals inside the card because that'll just make it even bulkier and it'll make it difficult to actually close the card as well. So that's that. Now this is the top for the large tree. And again, I'm going to just put some glue on it. Try not to go over these cuts in the card. I mean, they're supposed to be there, but you don't really want to be squidging glue through it. So that's it's going to go there like that. And then I'm just simply going to trim off the overhangs. Like so. So that's going to go inside the card. Oops, I got that. So it's not going to let go. That's it. So what's going on? Oh yes, so today there is free shipping. So if you haven't ordered to place, especially if there's lots of the paper in the paper sale that you want, and if your order's more than £60, then shipping is free, so that will save you £6.95, which is the fixed shipping cost. So that's worth knowing about. As I said, there's a paper sale. Sadly, the speciality paper is not in the sale, but there's lots of others that are. And I'm sure, I mean, if anyone's like me, I haven't quite built up my collection of paper from this year's catalogue. I'm getting there. So there'll be a few sort of slipping into my order in the next, I was going to say, yeah, it's today really, because I want to make sure that I get the free shipping. So, yeah, because even I have to pay shipping, heaven forbid. Yeah. And then there's also the joining offer, which for this month only, you pay £99 and you get to choose £154 worth of product, which is really good value. And that means then you can then join me in all the acorns and all the other fun that we have with our Monday mornings craft and chats and other events and things. So anyway, so if you're interested, drop me a line or visit my blog about the joint. There's more information there about the joining offer. Let's see if I can never get these to. Oh, okay, I think we've just about fit them all on here. So those are the 4 cards. These 3 are the ones from Card A Cuppa this morning, and then this is the one that I have just made. So I hope you've enjoyed seeing that. I haven't decorated the envelope, I admit. I will do that shortly. I don't think I've got much left to actually use on it. I've got like a couple of leaves, so I might do some stamping on that. So as I said, yeah, joining offer, the Rhino Ready that I've used today, the dies are in the online exclusives. They're not in the catalogue, so you can just simply go onto oakfieldcrafts.stampinup.net and then just look up online exclusives and you'll be able to find them there. So there's the dies, there's the stamps, or you can purchase them both as a bundle and save yourself 10%. So free shipping today on orders of £60 or more. That ends at a really odd time, I know, 10:59 tonight. This is because our online shop is linked to that of the one in mainland Europe. So because they're an hour ahead of us, it ends 11:59 their time, so it's 10:59 our time. It's always weird. We're always like an hour behind. When I say an hour behind, that's because the clock's an hour behind. And then paper sale, joining offer, free shipping, and the Rhino Ready online exclusive. So I hope you've enjoyed seeing those. The photos will get put on Facebook as soon as I can with all the links, with links to the products. And I will also obviously upload this video to YouTube, so and the description will have all the cutting instructions for all these bits and pieces that made up the kit. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week for some stamping and creating. So take care, bye.